What's going on, everybody? How y'all living, man? Salutations. Oh, I see we had early bird crew up in this bit today. What's going on? What's going on? Bats, Blackathy was up in here early. Dallas, what's happening with you, man? I don't, man. You always call me when I'm prepping for streams. You always call me when I'm prepping for streams, dog. Like, man, I grabbed my phone off the charger, saw that you had hit me up, man. We'll get up. Train, what's happening? Chips up in here. What up, though, player? How you living, man? Sim, what's happening with it? So I also always, but yeah, like Dallas called me like 20 minutes ago, though. Like, you called me at like 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dallas be hitting me up, like, he be hitting me up when I'm like tunnel vision go mode. And then I just happen to grab my phone because that's what I control my lights with. And I see that he hit me up. I'm like, man, gotta hit me up earlier, D. I'd much rather talk to you than talk to Train. Yo, Jay, what up, though? How you living, man? Hope everything good with you. Let everybody fall in real quick. Let everybody fall in here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, while everybody making their way in. God damn, what was that? What was that? Anyway. Yeah, man, give everybody a chance to fall in. But in all seriousness, man, I appreciate everybody pulling up. Watch this on the back end. Y'all know the spiel by now. If you're in here, if you haven't done so already, be sure to, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the spiel. Y'all know the spiel. I ain't gonna put y'all through it, but go ahead and do that solid for your boy. You know what I'm saying? If we up here gonna be kicking it, man, might as well just click that little button for me. That's all you gotta do. Just click the button for me. Just click the button. Push the button. Push the button like Soo Young was about to. They're about to be driving. Be safe out here. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out here. But yeah, y'all saw the topic. And then, it's a very, very hot subject. I'm gonna get into it as I consume my caffeinated beverage. We're gonna sit Mjolnir down. You know what I'm saying? Put Mjolnir right there. Let Mjolnir kick it right there real quick. You know what I'm saying? But as we consume our caffeinated beverage, that's some things to talk about. This is, over here, Jedi channel, TNTs is the community, though. If you know about TNTs and Team TNTs, we all about throwing them hands. We all about throwing them hands and feet, fighting games. So anytime we get a little bit of a breadcrumb about a game coming out, highly anticipated, in which we can throw some hands, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about some things. So, yeah, had to put off the ride along. Real quick. We shall be returning to it, and I have an announcement about the ride along that I'll be getting to as well. Said doing some busy work in God of War. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That busy work help you get good. You know what I'm saying? That busy work help you level up and get yourself right. Said Goldie for sure. No doubt. No doubt. So, were you able to finish God of War, Dallas? Oh yeah. He said, I finished that motherfucker. Said, now it's on to them berserkers. Ooh. I feel like Wayne right now. Like, ooh. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Them berserkers. Bats, I had to dip out of your stream. But when I saw you was on that berserker run. You was on that berserker run, yo, man. Them boys ain't no joke. They ain't about no games out here. Bats, you need to hurry up and finish the story if you want to see some berserkers. Man, I'm gonna just say, yo, that one that you were fighting when we was kicking it, he is an asshole too. And the one the electricity one, he's a jerk. He's not an agreeable individual. But there's one. There is another encounter. I told you about it in the stream, but there's another one. I'm not even gonna tell you about it. I'm not even gonna tell you about it, dog. There's another one though. So I don't think any of them would agree on getting their ass beat. Well, of course. But there are some who are very, very convincing with their resistance, sir. Some are more convincing than others. You know what I'm saying? You got some out here that's, it's just gonna be a regular old lil mama. You got some out here that's Mike Tyson. How you communicate this resistance is vastly different from individual to individual. It's always levels to this here. And their level to disagreement is ridiculous. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. And not to mention, yo, Bats, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing to that last statement. Not to mention the ones bringing the squad with them. I'm not even gonna say nothing. You got to experience it the same way I did. You just gonna stumble upon it. You're gonna be like, okay, it's one of them. This is what we're gonna do. All right, bet it up. All right, I done been through a few of these. I know this song and dance. I know I'm in for a battle, and then They gotta get your knuckle game up, man. Says a dude, man. Have you even started the game? Do you even own this game, player? Do you even own it? Do you, man? Have you even beaten 2018, sir? Because I realize I'm talking to Chips here. So I gotta do my due diligence on my interrogations out here. I need to know. He said, "Oh, all right. You beating 2018? All right, cool. All right, you beat 2018." Said, "Oh, you definitely got it. Where you at on it, Chips? Where you at on it, Chips? Have you gotten past the menu screen, though? Have you gotten past the menu screen?" He said, "Might be close to the end of the game. All right." Or you might be at the tutorial. You theoretically might be anywhere. You might be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't be knowing about your Chips. I don't be knowing about you. See, I'm in trouble because I'm gonna get. Oh man, Jay, see Jay, I told you, Fat Meat Greasy. I told you, Fat Meat Greasy, but you don't be hearing me. You don't be hearing me, dog. I tried to tell you. I was like, nah, man, I'm not doing that with you, my brother. I can't do it, man. I wouldn't recommend it. You jump right into, oh, man. Oh, them berserkers? Oh, them berserkers? Oh, Jay. Oh, Jay. Oh, them berserkers. Oh, man. You're gonna be fighting Ali, Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder, Roy Jones Jr. Who else? Holy Fever. Who else? Lennox Lewis. Who else? George Foreman. Who else? Joe Frazier. Who else? You're going to be fighting all them wrapped up into one entity, putting a foot in your ass, boy. You know, all that. On Give Me God of War, a Berserker, it's all that. Sugar Ray, all of them. Throw them all in. Tommy Hearns, Hagler, all that. All in one. Wrap them all up. And throw a little bit of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in there. It's about to be painful. You going through a berserker? Oh man. That encounter that I'm referring to on Give Me God of War. Oh. My brand new controller would have got through. I would have Patrick Mahomes that bad boy out the. Oh man, on Give Me God of War. Oh no, my nerves ain't nowhere near ready to handle that. Oh Jay, living vicariously through you, my brother. Vicariously through you, I'm going nowhere near Give Me God of War. I'm going nowhere near them berserkers on Give Me God of War. Matter of fact. Nah. I already beat 2018 on Give Me God of War. That's good enough. I was gonna say, if I get the right amount, as my brother Sim put it, motivation to do so, I would consider it. But nope, I'm good. No, I'm good. Can't pay me enough. Sometimes you just gotta say like, nah, man, it ain't worth my mental health. He said I'm about to go to the guard with. Oh, gotcha. Okay. He said, "Give me balance." Yep. That Blackathy, you're a very sane individual. You're a very sane individual, sir. Oh yeah, for sure, Bats. Like, look, I'm just thinking about the very worst, but the regular fights they'll get you up out of there. Regulars, the little mamas, all of a sudden ain't little mamas no more. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden they got some kick to them. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm saying a lot because I need you to know what I'm saying. Said, yeah, Yobi. And Yobi, what up, though? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. We're going to talk about why specifically him bringing up that other game is kind of a, confirmation. Or is it? We'll get there, though. We'll get there. Said that King Berserk. Yo, chill, Def, chill. Take it easy. We're not going into specifics. We ain't talking about nothing specific. Because I want them to get blindsided. I played Horizon Zero Dawn on ultra hard. I got 45% of the main story. I feel you, bruh. I feel you, bro. Look, I played Horizon Zero Dawn on ultra hard too for my New Game Plus run. It was not sweet. It was not sweet. I got through it. But I can't say I'd do it again. Can't say I'd do it again. Like when I played Forbidden West, I said, yeah, let me go ahead and move that cursor right to normal. You know what I'm saying? We'd be all right right there. We'd be all right there. How old am I? 37 years old? Yeah. Let me go ahead and move that cursor to nice and normal. Let me go ahead and take it easy. Kick my feet up a little bit. Don't need no more gray hairs. Don't need no more gray mother hairs around here. We good. I don't need none of that. He said, why are they hateful? So damn hateful. They can get out of here. Oh, man. Man, you can't. The hateocracy gonna do what they do. Blink, what up, though? So I know that when they wrapped up MK11, Injustice was supposed to be next, but WB was restructuring at the time. He also said he wanted to make a Marvel fighter. That wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. Like he says he wants to do a lot of things. He says he wants to do a lot of things. Most of the time he's throwing you off the trail. We'll talk about that though. We'll talk about old Eddie Troll a lot. We'll talk about it. We're getting there. We're just warming it up a little bit right now. You know what I'm saying? As I finish my beverage. Natic, what up, dope play? Appreciate you pulling up, man. But yeah. Matter of fact, we can talk about it now. We can talk about it now. Whatever. We'll talk about it now. We'll do it now. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Okay. Our good buddy, the developer, who I actually, where I like the dev more than I like the game that he makes. That's beside the point. Our good buddy, Ed Boon, aka Eddie B, aka Eddie Troll a lot, has been dropping breadcrumbs about what his next project was going to be ever since the first of the year came around. So we're going about 10, 11 months strong, right? Earlier this year, he deconfirmed Injustice 3. He deconfirmed it. Said it wasn't happening. A lot of people took him at his word. I believe this was like January that he said this, that Injustice 3 was not coming. Pause. Throughout the course of the year, you start hearing, rumors from industry insiders that Mortal Kombat 12 is in development. As Yobi had pointed out, Warner Brothers have been going through quite a restructuring period. Mortal Kombat as a franchise is a lot more successful financially than the Injustice games have been. So the word around the campfire has been that we're going to go ahead and greenlight another Mortal Kombat, or we're going to skip an Injustice installment. Fast forward to, the past week or so. Fast forward to there. Where responding to just, someone's tweet. Any hint on what your next game could be? Something of that nature. But it's more about his response, not the question. Either MK12 or Injustice 3. He follows up and says, that the next game will be a sequel. So if you consider MK12 or Injustice 3 sequels, then yes. Now, to the layman, for just to take this man at his word, since he already deconfirmed Injustice 3 earlier this year, he has to be talking about Mortal Kombat 12. And under normal circumstances, yeah, I would think so, sure. And maybe that is still true, but I don't know. I know that this man likes to troll in 85% of the posts that he makes. I think it's going to end up being Injustice 3, personally. I think he's throwing everybody off of the trail of what he's actually doing. Yeah, Bats, you're the logical one. You're the logical one, you know, in this particular case here. But I believe that because Ed Boon trolls in most of his posts, whether it's regarding to the games that he's creating, whether it's regarding the characters that he's talking about adding or possibly considering to add, why wouldn't he troll about this? We can't believe it. This guy is the Joker. This guy's the Joker. You can't believe anything he necessarily says until there's reason to do so. So, going back to him deconfirming Injustice 3, to saying now, after deconfirming Injustice 3, that it's either going to be Mortal Kombat 12 or Injustice 3 that he's working on, after saying that one of these is obviously not it. Doesn't sit well. Why would you need to say that? Because it's actually happening. Because you're going to have 90% of everybody who's making these videos out here saying, oh yeah, he just confirmed Mortal Kombat 12. I think he actually confirmed Injustice 3. Yeah, I think he's been telling us this the whole time, and we were just taking him at his word instead of taking him at his character. Now, of course, I could be wrong, but the skeptic in me, I don't believe a troll that enjoys trolling, that takes pride in trolling. And I believe that people that call themselves insiders are so thirsty to get a scoop that they'll believe the first thing that they're told, even if it's not true. So it's easy for a troll to throw a thirsty insider off the trail. It's very easy to do it. You slide them little tidbits of information. Slide them little tidbits of information. Let them buzz about, do what they do. While you go ahead and prepare your surprise. That shouldn't be a surprise. So while everybody else is running around saying there's Mortal Kombat 12, which it very well could be, I don't have insider information. Again, I will say I do not have insider information. I think it's Injustice 3. I think the master troll has trolled the world again. And then we're going to see, oh my God! Now, personally, I don't have a dog in the fight because I really don't care for Injustice like that. I don't care for Injustice, and I'm casually interested in Mortal Kombat. I'm not the hugest NRS fan, but I like the way he goes about his business is always intriguing to your boy. So I always feel, compelled to have the discussion, even if my interest in the game is at a mere casual level. Now, my interest in Street Fighter is at an enthusiast level. If a Marvel game was announced, enthusiast level. Tekken, I am very interested in Tekken. Mortal Kombat, I'm interested in the story. I'm interested in the story around the game. I'm interested in the story around Ed Boon and what he's actually going to be doing. He does the Kojima-isms right. He Kojima's right. He Kojima's in a way that actually drums up interest, because you know that there's going to be a product at the end of the road and you have an idea of what the product is. You just don't know what the product is. And I know I just contradicted myself, but if you know, you know. You know what it is, you know what it's going to be, but you don't know what it's called. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, all that being said, regardless of what this announcement is, and I just gave you guys my theory, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section of what you guys think. But from here, we proceed to the next phase of our conversation, which is, regardless of what the game or the project ends up being, when are we going to see it? Ed Boon came out earlier this year and said, hey, this summer is not the time. This fall is not the time for me to show off what we got. We're gonna let Capcom, we're gonna let Namco breathe a little bit. We're gonna enjoy their announcements. This is about celebrating the genre of fighting games, not about us competing as developers. Very honorable. Very honorable. What I also think they were doing was making sure they were already at the drawing board. They already cooking. But they went and they assessed everything that they witnessed from the competition. And they're making sure that they on point for whatever their next reveal is. But now, the Game Awards are quickly approaching. We're what, 2 weeks away? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? I believe it's 2 weeks. Do we see it at the Game Awards? Whatever it is, whether it's Injustice 3, whether it's Mortal Kombat 12. I think we see whatever we see at the Game Awards. Said Ed Boon's trolls are fun, but the lengths Kojima will go to is unparalleled. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. When the further you go with the lengths, the more people you lose. You can't outsmart yourself. You have to be very, very careful of being so damn smart that you outsmart yourself, and that people begin to lose interest in what you're doing until the end of the road, where they actually see the announcement and then they pretend that they were interested the whole time. When you have these long, elaborate troll jobs where you're just constantly dropping, irreconcilable hints at something that could be something, but most of the time means nothing, you lose people over time. When you do things like that, they have a very, very short window. They have a short shelf life. And if you don't constantly feed those people, and wrap it up quick, people start to move on to other things. People nowadays, in particular, we live in the social media. We live in the social media cycle of news now. If you ain't dropping news and all you do is dropping possible hints at news or whatever he calls himself doing, people gonna move on to news. It's news dropping all the time. It's news dropping all the time about everything. People will forget about that little subtle ass hint that he dropped, 2 months ago, that may or may not amount to nothing. He like, to me, he's not a master troll. He's not a master troll. He's just a gaslighter. That's all he is. That's all he is. Ed Boon is a troll. Kojima gaslights people. That's different. The ARGs are so dumb. I mean, I think long-term ones are. Long-term ones are. Because, I mean, yeah, like when you start it up, there's a lot of interest and participation, but over time, it gets old because people aren't just going to be sitting around waiting for your news or your developments, you know? It gets old. So Arkham Knight was, or Gotham Knights was the worst ARG, man. No, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was just midula. That's all. It was just a bunch of mid. It was a bunch of mid. But yeah, I think, you know, to go back to the original topic, I believe we see whatever Ed Boon is working on at the Game Awards for release in May next year. I'll give it about 6 months, probably about 6 months out. Ed Boon likes to release his games, you know, generally right before the summer. Give them mid to late spring. I would say May. I would say May. But I do think it's injustice. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. I believe that this guy has been trolling us since January, and then in December he is going to say it's what we've always done. We do Mortal Kombat, and then we do Injustice. You just believed me when I said that we wouldn't do it, instead of believing what we actually do and our patterns. Now, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Now, hypothetically, if we were to get a Mortal Kombat 12, because there's a lot of Mortal Kombat history, 30 years in fact. There's a lot of Mortal Kombat history to peel back. Who would y'all want to see? What characters would you want to see return? What characters would you like to see retired, if any? How big would you want the roster to be? What roster is too big? Do you have ideas for guest characters? You know that guest characters are always themed from game to game. Mortal Kombat X was horror movie characters. Mortal Kombat 11 was action movie characters, i.e. Terminator, Rambo, RoboCop. Do you have ideas for themes of guest characters? What returning characters from previous installments would you like to see introduced? Said, didn't they end up rewriting that history with Mortal Kombat 11? They did. They did. They did. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist anymore. This is not the first time that they've rewritten the Mortal Kombat lore. The same as far as characters, the same rules are always going to still apply. But to answer your question, yes, they did. That fighting game question. How do you not cannibalize yourself? You got all this heat dropping in Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Justice, since every fighting game fans see overlap. Okay. That's a good question. And on the surface, it would make sense, but all of those games have fan bases that are so dedicated that I don't think if you're a fan of any one of those franchises, I don't think you allow yourself to miss any of them. Now, whether you buy it at launch or you buy it later on, the ones that you prioritize are probably going to be the ones you're most attached to. But even if you're just a casual fan of all of those, you're going to get them at some point in time. I don't think you're going to miss out. See, cannibalization applies to first release, being fresh, fresh releases. I don't think fighting games have a concern about cannibalization unless they have a very, very specific niche that they're both covering. Just like when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out and Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. They were both team-based fighters. That could be an issue. Because even though Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite had its issues, and it would have had issues regardless, Dragon Ball FighterZ was the nail in the coffin for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite when it came out. Unless they have a very, very specific niche about them that places them in direct competition, I think everything succeeds. I think history dictates that cannibalization doesn't really happen with fighting games like that. The more popular ones are usually remaining the most popular ones. Tekken and Mortal Kombat traditionally have always sold well regardless of when they released. Street Fighter before 5, and 5 eventually got to the point to where it sold well. Sold well regardless of when it came out. I don't think cannibalization is an issue that necessarily applies, because we're talking about a niche crowd anyway. That niche crowd supports everything that comes out within the genre. Now, when you start talking about a more mainstream approach, if you have Street Fighter coming out right next to Mortal Kombat, that casual will likely decide one over the other. But that other, as soon as it gets on sale, it's getting caught. It'll get caught. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's too much of a concern about that. Good question. It says since the latest Mortal Kombat movie is canon, they should include the new character. Hell no, no, they shouldn't. Oh no, Cole, no, keep him out. Let anybody else be fair play. No, fuck him. No, keep him out. Keep him where keep that dry avatar. Oh man, the most bland creator player. Oh no, no, him, no, keep him out. Keep him out. To bring every character that's ever appeared in the MK series into the game. Man, that game would take 7 years to develop. That game would take 7 years. Man, no way. No. We want to play the game this decade. So no, we can't do that. As cool as it would be, we don't live in the era of 2D sprites anymore. All these 3D models take a very, very long time to develop. Man, we would not see that joint. We would see Grand Theft Auto. We see Grand Theft Auto. Not even 6. We see Grand Theft Auto 7 by the time that game came out. So I'm whooping all y'all ass with Bo Raichu. Sim. Come on now, Sim. All y'all's. I mean, your boy is in here. Bats is in here. Agent gonna be in here like Agent. Mortal Kombat is his thing. Come on, dog. Come on, Sim. Gotta hit you with the Bradley Beal. Come on now, Sim. He said not at day one in DLC. I know. Doesn't matter. It would take a million years. Like, do you know how many characters are in Mortal Kombat? Like, we're talking about 30-year history. We're talking about 30 years. Do you know how many characters have been in Mortal Kombat games? Like, there was like in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, like, to put things into perspective, Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PlayStation, I think had like, was it like 49 characters? Back then, in the mid-90s. Let's add another 25 years to that. That would never happen. As great as it would be, it'll never happen. It'd never happen. He says it's a joke. Hey, you know what? Hey, Bats, bookmark that statement, Bats. Bookmark that statement. I'm gonna ignore the. It's a joke. Sim was 100% serious when he said he would whoop everybody's ass with Bo Raichu out here. He 100% serious. Let the record show. Let the record show in the court of Jet. That Sim. He said, "Don't bookmark it." Oh man. Oh, he retracted. Oh, oh man, hilarious, man. So I would love to see Kenshi smoke Ermac. Yes, Ermac. Ermac was my main in Mortal Kombat X. Reptile, absolutely. Would love to see Reptile. Smoke. 100. Bring all the smoke. Say if they do that, they can leave MK series on the back burner for a while. Bruh, there are the other reason why that would never happen, on top of, you know, an infinitely long running development cycle, is because Mortal Kombat is one of their most profitable IP. There will never be a day in which Mortal Kombat is on the back burner. They make too much money from releasing new Mortal Kombats every few years. That'll never happen. They'll never put it on the back burner, ever. It's too much of a money maker. Like Mortal Kombat 11 sold, what was it, 12 million copies? 12 million? Like that is unheard of for a fighting game. For fighting games nowadays, in today's climate, Mortal Kombat, if you were to say that one has transcended into like mainstream viability, I don't even know what the name would be for the word, but Mortal Kombat has transcended into that area where they've superseded their genre. They transcended. You know, there will never be a day in which Mortal Kombat is placed on the back burner. If they didn't place it on the back burner during the Mortal Kombat Deception in Deadly Alliance and all them days when the Mortal Kombat games were trash, they definitely not throwing Mortal Kombat on the back burner when arguably it's having its most successful run. You know. Yo, Ant Dog, what up, though, man? Appreciate you pulling up, dog. How you living, man? So I think Mortal Kombat 11 sold more than 1, 2, and 3 combined. It did. It did. Sector and Cyrax, absolutely, yeah. Well, and you know the crazy thing about Sector and Cyrax, they teased them in 11. They teased them in 11. Like, they're in the game, just can't play as them. And then you have Triborg in Mortal Kombat X. You had that, but that ain't really Sector and Cyrax like that. They need to bring back Sector and Cyrax and do them the justice that they need to do. Bring back ketchup and mustard. I'm fully on board with that. So it's part of the zeitgeist. It is 100%. Especially when we're talking about Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers don't have a whole lot of heavy hitters like that. Warner Brothers don't just have them heavy hitters. Like, if we're looking at like Warner Brothers as far as their gaming catalogs over there, Mortal Kombat is probably their prize jewel. It's probably their crown jewel. I'm sure Mortal Kombat is their most precious IP over there at Warner Brothers. You know, so even if it would probably, be a benefit to us as consumers if they, put it on the back burner for a while and just make the DLC characters, because it seems like I really think that they're going to do that with Street Fighter 6, but I digress. Mortal Kombat is just too profitable. It's just too profitable. It's too profitable of an IP, and it's their most profitable IP. They've gone away from the Arkhams. They've gone away from the Arkhams. Shadow of Mordor didn't hit like Mortal Kombat. Injustice didn't even hit like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is different. You can't put your crown jewel on the back burner. You can't. You see, like, Capcom can afford to do that, can have, like long-term service-based games with games like Street Fighter, because they still have Resident Evil. They have Monster Hunter. They have Mega Man. They have, what else Capcom made? Like, they have other IP that do very, 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 very well. They have IP that do better than Street Fighter. So they can afford to do that with Street Fighter. Like, Warner Brothers doesn't have an IP that could do better than Mortal Kombat. So it behooves them to continue releasing installments of Mortal Kombat, Said they really did tease. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fight Sector and Cyrax, and in the PC version of the game, you can hack them. You can hack to play as them. You can mod your way into them characters, but you can't play them on the straight up. And that don't make no sense, bruh. Especially after Ed Boon, again, going back to the troll that he is. Especially since Ed Boon said there will be no guest appearances in the story that you would not be able to play as. Sector and Cyrax were appearing in the story, and you could not play as them. Ever. This is the guy you want to believe? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm not. Where my cough at? Said, what MKX character would y'all like to see make a return in MK12? Mine is absolutely Ermac. Absolutely Ermac. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Everybody else, everybody else that I would want to see personally, I'm pretty sure are gonna be there. Like Melina and Katana, I'm pretty sure will be there. Like in Mortal Kombat X, I played Ermac and Melina. I actually didn't start playing Katana until 11. I played Katana a little bit in X and 9, but I was mainly a Melina player. Then by the time they brought Melina to 11, that ship had already sailed on Katana. I was locked in. I said, fuck all that, bring back Kratos. Yeah, but old man Kratos this time. If you're gonna bring Kratos back, bring a different Kratos. We had young Kratos in 9. Let's have old man Kratos with the Leviathan axe. You know what I'm saying? That introduces different gameplay mechanics then, Even if you still let him have the blades, that's cool. But let him have that Leviathan axe. Let him be old man Kratos now. Yeah, Pops. Yeah, we need Pops Kratos. That's what we need. That's what we need. Yep, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on board for that for sure. I'm on board for that. I say bring a guest character from every from the Xbox have a main character. Let PlayStation have a main guest character that's a mascot for them. I say, bring Kratos for the PlayStation. Doom guy, the Doom Slayer for the Xbox version. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that. They was already talking about bringing the Doom Slayer for Mortal Kombat 11. That Master Chief, man. We need somebody gangster. We need somebody gangster. Nah, we ain't gonna, man. No Master Chief, man. Get him up out of there. That man had a good game since 2008. Get him up out of here. We're gonna bring the Doom Slayer over here. The Doom Slayer is already, he came in at the minute that Bethesda was bought by Xbox. The Doom Slayer is the new Master Chief. You know what I'm saying? Like he already mutilates things. He got a chainsaw. He rips demons apart with his bare hands. He got this arsenal of weapons. He got the super shotgun, the BFG fatality. Like he's a character, like you said, he's too perfect for Mortal Kombat. He's a Mortal Kombat character in his game. In his game, he's Mortal Kombat character. That's the one. Nah, man, keep Master Chief dusty ass on the shelf somewhere. Trash. Aloy, I wouldn't be mad at Aloy either. I think Aloy would be very, very similar. Like you can make Aloy like how Rambo was. You know what I'm saying? Aloy could be very similar to Rambo from Mortal Kombat 11. A trap-based character, bow and arrow. Yeah. Aloy would be cool. Aloy would be cool. You have to see how they feel about, because I mean the hurdle for getting characters into games like that is the mutilation aspect. Like the people that control the IP for these characters have to be okay with their character getting decapitated, or their character getting electrocuted so bad that they just explode into 80 million pieces. You know what I'm saying? That's always the hurdle to clear. Yeah, melee with the spear would be cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it would. Melee with the spear, I could see being very similar to like how Sindel already was in Mortal Kombat 11. With Mortal Kombat 11, Sindel had a spear. Said Aloy almost got eaten by a 60-foot robot snake, and that's not even the scariest thing she fought. And that ain't even the scariest thing. Like she done fought Thunder Jaws. She done fought Slaughter Spines. She done fought the Tremor Tusks. She done fought all the things. She is a gangster. That's why I be like, man, I don't know how people ain't putting no respect on Aloy's name like this, man. It'd be a whole lot of respect out here that's just hanging in limbo for Aloy. Yeah, man, it's a whole lot of disrespect for Aloy, man. I don't be liking that, man. I love me some Aloy. Yeah, I love me some Aloy, man. But yeah. I still say, bring out old man Kratos. Bring out old man Kratos for the PlayStation. For the Xbox, bring out the Doom Slayer. For PC, hey, give them both. Give them both. Hey, but both games is on Steam. Both games is on Steam. So for the PC, give them both. And I'll be buying on PC. But that's a great start for guest characters, but that does at the same time tie them for, as far as expanding on that, because I'm sure they only get one guest character per platform. So who we bringing from Nintendo? I say bring Bayonetta. Bayonetta would be cool. I said I would love to see Wolverine in civilian clothes and in Mortal Kombat 12. Man, ain't no way Marvel signing off on that. Ain't no way Marvel signing off on that. I would love it though. I would love it. That'd be fire. Like Wolverine in Mortal Kombat is probably more fitting than everything else. Wolverine is probably if we're talking about a character that's probably the most fitting. Wolverine, like the ferocity from a gameplay standpoint, like from the mechanically what you could do with him in a game, like the kind of moveset you could give him. But it'll never happen. It'll never happen, sadly. Yo, Quantum, what up, though, player? Appreciate you pulling up, man. Said we'll see Wolverine civilian clothes in 2024. I believe so too. I can't wait for it. I'm here for it. But yeah, Wolverine would be great. Wolverine would be great in that kind of game. I mean, he's already great in Marvel vs. Capcom. He was great in that too. I mean, Wolverine is Wolverine, man. Wolverine's one of those transcendent characters, man. Throw him everywhere and it's on. Because when it's on, it's on. Hey, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Alright, my bad. But yeah, I would love to see, characters like Wolverine. Like, I thought it was dope that we got Spawn. Like Spawn, another example, great character to put in a Mortal Kombat game. Perfect. I say put Spawn in the next one. But Wolverine, man, almost seems like, man, that's perfect. Unfortunately, too perfect. Unfortunately. But hey Capcom, make another Marvel vs. Capcom. We love to see Wolverine. We love to see Wolverine again. We love to see Cyclops again. We love to see Magneto again. We need Sentinel. We need Storm. We need Dr. Doom. You know what I'm saying? Said my chat is acting weird as hell. I can't see the other people chatting. Really? What DC character do you feel would be a good guest character in Mortal Kombat? I mean, had the Joker in Mortal Kombat 11, so we can't do that one again. I mean, I hate to be the person that says, "Yo, we go to the Batman." Well, I hate to be that guy, but hey, man, I got to be that. I got to be it. I hate to be that one, but hey, somebody got to be that one. So hey, say less. I'm that boy. I'm the one. Put Batman in there now. Yeah. Because really, other than that, I don't know who else really moved the needle. I don't know who else like moves the needle like that. Like, because they put the Joker in Mortal Kombat 11 because the Joker is marketable. The Joker had a solo movie. The Joker had a solo movie that made more money than the Batman movies. So it's not just about snatching any old DC character and putting them in Mortal Kombat. They absolutely did that for marketing purposes because they knew that the Joker would help market the current product that he's coming to. I don't know too many other characters that are gonna do that. I mean, in theory, Superman, sure. In theory, but Superman is not as popular as Batman nowadays. Batman, like when you say Batman is going to be in a game or the Joker is going to be in a game, that makes you interested in that game. I'm not sure if you say that. And Harley Quinn even nowadays, because Harley Quinn has a certain, has popularity now. There aren't too many DC characters that you can say really have that type of cachet about them. Said the Punisher from Marvel, Killer Croc from Batman, Bane from Batman. Bane could be interesting. Bane could be interesting. Bane is popular. The Punisher, like Marvel ain't coming across the lane to work with. Like DC is under Warner Brothers. DC is under Warner Brothers. They're not coming across the lane. Said we need Constantine in Injustice 3. Agreed. Deadshot if there's another Suicide Squad movie. I guess. I mean, you could use that to market the movie, but it wouldn't do much for the game. The Ed Boon said in late 2019 that he had a conversation with Marvel about working on the game. Yeah, I bet he did. You know what Ed Boon also said? Ed Boon also said that there would not be any characters in the Mortal Kombat story that weren't playable. Guess what? There were Mortal Kombat characters in the story that weren't playable. Mortal Kombat will not feature Marvel characters. It won't. Because they are owned by Warner Brothers. That will not happen. It'd be cool, but it's not gonna happen. And Ed Boon is a troll. We cannot take Ed Boon at his word. Like I said earlier, we must take Ed Boon at his character, not at his word. This is not saying that he's a bad person. I think he's actually a pretty dope person from what I've seen and observed. But his character, is largely comprised, at least as far as his social media presence and how he presents himself to the public, is a troll. We cannot, just because a person's, not just a person, but because he said he had conversations with certain people, doesn't mean that A, it went anywhere if it happened, and B, we don't know that it happened considered as him. Considering the source, we don't know that happened. We don't know that. Nah. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Can't win with him. Can't play with him. Can't trust him. Can't win with him. Can't do it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. He said he could have talked to the... Yeah, I mean, like, discussions don't mean anything, and considering it's Ed Boon that said it, I don't even know if the discussions took place. Ed Boon loves throwing people misdirection. He loves, like, just throwing things out there. He loves doing that. He loves it. He's done it with DLC characters. He's done it with games that he's supposedly developing. He does it just with everything. He's a troll. He's a troll. Like I don't take too much of what Ed Boon says at face value. I don't. I think there's always a troll. There's always a troll into it. Which is why I don't think Mortal Kombat 12 is the next game. I think he's going out of his way to make it obvious, to make the obvious choice Mortal Kombat 12, so that he throws you off the scent of what it actually is. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I love the guy, but I don't trust him. I don't trust his words. But yeah, you know, like it could be anything. It could be anything. Said Marvel may be open to discussion or making a Marvel versus DC game or have Wolf. Man, no, they're not. Impossible. Like it's more likely that they work with Capcom again than it is that they work over there. It don't matter how open Marvel is. WB wouldn't allow it. WB owns DC. They would not allow that. They wouldn't allow that to happen. They wouldn't allow that to happen. They would not put their characters next to Marvel characters in that kind of medium. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. Not in that kind of medium. Companies are super protective of their properties. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially their prize properties. Their prize properties, like we're talking about like Mortal Kombat. We're talking about DC Comics. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Because it would and this is another reason why it wouldn't happen. Because I've already heard all of the stories about how protective Marvel is over their characters and how they're portrayed in video games. Fighting games in particular. The stories with Capcom and the amount of control that they had over Marvel versus Capcom when it came to character selection of the entire game, not just Marvel, but on Capcom's side too. They demand a lot of creative control over products that NetherRealm, they don't have to acquiesce to that. They don't have to acquiesce to that. So the amount of protection that both sides will have over their property, on top of the fact that it just wouldn't happen because they just wouldn't want to do that. See, like it's easy for like a game like Marvel versus Capcom to happen because we have the world of comics and we have the world of video games coming together. This is comic versus comic in a video game. They're not going to do that. Marvel wants to be the comic brand. They don't want to be one of the comic brands. They want to be the comic brand. They don't want to help you market your comic brand. They won't do that. They're not going to do that. Says should be open to consider to at least approach them on the subject. They'll likely, I mean, discussions can happen, but they usually fizzle out before anything significant happens. I mean, like, always place the phone call, but see, the phone call would have to be placed with a certain amount of good faith, because if you're placing the phone call, let's say that you're Marvel placing the phone call, you're calling somebody who you would be commissioning to develop the game, and for them to say that, look, we know that your comic brand, that you already have your comic brand that you're trying to promote. You share the spotlight of your comic brand with me. You share it with me. So you're no longer the only comic brand. You're like, you're sharing that comic stage with me. And you have to sell them on the benefits of doing that while not necessarily having that much of an interest to do it on your own. You don't want to share that stage either. So you're going to be constantly having this tug of war as far as the amount of leverage that you're going to have. And the leverage is going to be on the developer and publisher side. Said Marvel would reconsider their position on letting game companies have a... no, they won't. They won't do that. They won't do that. They don't have to. Nobody gives up leverage when they don't have to do it. Nobody does. No one gives up leverage until they're in a position to where the deal is too good to pass up, and somebody has to bend a little bit to make a deal work. That's not one of them deals. That's not one of them deals. Because really, it's a deal. It's a deal they don't want to be. They don't want to be in it. He said it should be noted that over control position killed the franchise. Yeah, it did. It did. At least on a temporary level. Hopefully not permanently. But it did. It did. But that is not going to convince Marvel to not be Marvel. That ain't going to convince Marvel to not be Marvel. And more so than that, it's not going to convince Disney not to be Disney. Because all that was one product in which that didn't work. What about when we talk about Spider-Man on PlayStation? What about when we talk about, Miles Morales, the video game? What about when we talk about Marvel's Wolverine? What about when we talk about the MCU? Like, for every Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game that there is, or for every Marvel's Avengers game that there is, there are so many other examples in which their formula works. So they don't have a reason to deviate from it when they have all of these different successes to outweigh those failures. They know going in they're not gonna bat 1,000. You want to, but you're not. So when you only have like one or two examples, one of them being a fighting game, they'll take that loss. They're not gonna change their position on that situation just because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite didn't do what they wanted it to do. They're going to look at the fact that their formula worked with Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales and the MCU and all of these other properties that use their IP. They hit home runs. They hit grand slams even. Like Spider-Man, at the time he came out, had the biggest launch in the history of PlayStation. Can't tell them that they're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like Marvel versus Capcom Infinite is not enough for them to change their formula. It isn't. It isn't. And Ace, what up, though? Said it took years to finally convince car companies to let their vehicles show damage in video games. 100%. 100%. The IP holders, they hold the cards. They hold the cards. Like unless it's a situation where like you sell off the rights of use of your IP to where like you just no longer have a say, it's a wrap. Said the GOAT is back, Bob Iger. Man, I see everybody saying that. Like, what? Why are we celebrating him coming back? Bob Iger's the reason why we didn't have X-Men anything for like 10 years. He was the reason why we didn't have X-Men anything. Why he was the reason why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Well, I don't want to say he was the reason, but he was absolutely one of the reasons why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite didn't do what it did, because he said, I don't want no X-Men or Fantastic Four featured in this game. Why are we celebrating him? What are we celebrating him for? What? Oh. Man, I ain't celebrating him either. He's one of the parties responsible for one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time going to the absolute nada. You know what I'm saying? So I very much agree with that point about there being more successful game projects. I just like to be more optimistic about reapproaching Disney, Marvel about it. You can approach them. You can approach them, but you can approach them. You can approach them. Said that's the thing. Card damage in video games has to be approved. Anything that involves licensing has to be approved with the license holder. Anything that involves licensing. Any unapproved use of said license can be an issue. Now, nowadays, it probably doesn't. That's probably not something that has to be approved nowadays. But when card damage in video games was a cutting edge feature, absolutely. Absolutely. Because it has to do with the cosmetic presentation of your product in that digital format. Yeah, like anything that involves the perception of a license holder's product, you have to absolutely run it past them. You have to run it past them. And that's why I say kind of going back to the Marvel situation, like Marvel had so much creative control that they not only had control over how their characters were presented, but Capcom's characters. They were like Edward Falcon from Power Stone could not be included because people thought because Disney and Marvel thought that there would be brand confusion of the Falcon from Marvel. That's how far down the rabbit hole that we getting as far as license holders and things like that. Like, skeptical. I'm very skeptical about these types of things when it comes to using external IPs. All I can be is, have a whole bunch of, hopium, but I don't buy into it. So, is Train back? Oh, okay. He said, "I hope you're tuning in." Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was here earlier. Yeah, she said that she was going to do some running around. So, yeah, yeah. She said she was doing some running around, so she'd be in and out. She was here earlier, though. Yeah, she was here earlier. But yeah, it's always very, very difficult. It's always very, very difficult dealing with licensors, dealing with external licenses that you don't own. It is complicated. It is complicated. Like Game Informer just released a video, maybe within the last week or so. They released a video talking to two of the Street Fighter 6 developers, and the Street Fighter 6 developers mentioned how they would want to work with Marvel and DC, but they also said it would be very, very difficult. It'd be very difficult. It'd be very complicated just to get to the project. Not necessarily creating the project, but just getting there. Like, I know how difficult it is just to even get to the point to where you can re-release a project that you already made. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, they had to go through a lot of red tape just to get that arcade machine made. They had to go through a lot of red tape just to get Marvel vs. Capcom 3 re-released on, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam. They had to go through a lot of red tape just to get those games re-released. I'm even talking about making a new game. Just to get those two companies to come to the table and talk about re-releasing games that are, a decade or 2 decades old. That is never an easy conversation. It's never an easy conversation when you got entities as big as Marvel. When you have entities as big as Warner Brothers, those conversations are never easy because nobody wants to give up an inch. Nobody wants to give up an inch, man. I mean, if everything was right, man, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 should have been released as a digital download for people, for everybody to enjoy. Instead, all we got was a $600 arcade machine that they probably only gonna make 700 of. But we'll see. I would love to have another Marvel vs. Capcom or whatever, just a fighting game with Marvel characters. But nowadays, I wonder what that game would look like. I wonder what the game would even look like. We'll see, though. We'll see. It's been about an hour and a half. Is anybody got questions? Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? We didn't end up running a little bit longer than I expected. Said, very understandable given the protective nature of the company over the IP. Sad, however, very true in this business. Nobody wants to give up an edge. Not when they don't have to. Not when they don't have to, man. It's a situation where, like, when you're Marvel and just the Marvel brand, those 6 letters with the, those 6 white letters with the red rectangle surrounding it, that brand is so powerful that they know that any table that they approach, they don't have to acquiesce to anybody. They know that more likely than not, they're the ones with the leverage. People want to use their branding, their logo, their characters that people have grown to love so much that they're throwing money at it constantly, making billion-dollar movies, making billions in video game revenue. They know what they have. They know what they have, and they have the history and they have the stories to back it up. Man, I would like to see who they end up striking a partnership with. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. See, I ain't gonna lie, I miss the dynamic duo between you and Sincere. Oh yeah, for sure. That's always my brother, man. That's always my brother, dog. I said, do you think Mortal Kombat 12 is on its way? Do you think that Nintendo will let Samus in a Switch version of the game? It's Nintendo, man. It's Nintendo. I don't know. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Likely. I don't know. Man. I think Samus would be cool. I think Bayonetta would be cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Man, that's Nintendo. That's Nintendo, man. You talk about people that are protective. Man. Said the Gold Chain Gamers podcast was a Sunday night delight for sure. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, man. I look forward to doing it as much as y'all, look forward to consuming it, man. I absolutely missed it, man. Like I'll probably see if I can get if I can coax Sin, into doing the Game Awards with me or something like that. See if I can talk him into it. Yeah, I'll see if I can pull that off. That's a very, very busy man nowadays, man. Got a lot of projects he's working on. But yeah, I absolutely miss those days too, man. I miss those days too. And that's not to say that those days are over. They just, you know what I'm saying? They just might be taking an intermission. But not to say that the days are over. We could always reinvent ourselves as something else, man. Bring that dynamic back as something else. It's always possible. Everything in its time. Yeah, I can see if I can, bring him on for the Game Awards or something like that. If he ain't got nothing going on, see if I can twist his arm one time. But yeah, man, I don't know about that though. I don't know about that. Like that's Nintendo. I said you're doing great with Unapologetic, and that's great. It's great to be here, yo, man. It's better than nothing, man. It's better than nothing, man. I am absolutely not here to be the Gold Chain Gamer Show. I could never be that. I could never be that without my brothers. I could never be that without my brothers, man. But I can try and do something else. I can try and do something else so the people got something, and the people that rock with Jet, can still rock with Jet at the very least, man. But man, I miss them dudes. I miss working with them. I miss them dudes, man. I miss kicking it with Natick and kicking it with Sin. Especially Saab, during the blue moons that he would show up. Saab too, man. That's a good time. So I'll take me with the memories to be wow. Natick. Fucking daddy, man. They're loving the growth. Hey, man, that will never stop. That will never stop, brother. Ever, man. We always gonna be growing over here. Even if we grow in different directions, man, we always grow. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the growth, man, love always gonna be there, man. I love them dudes that I did that with for 2.5, 3 years, man. Said if you can twist Sincere's arm on it, get the GCGs back for a Game Awards special or a Christmas special. I'm gonna see. Maybe it doesn't have to be one or the other. Maybe it doesn't have to be one or the other. I saw a gameplay of Warhammer. I wonder why the developer made. I wondered why did the developer make the game first person when they have an amazing third person camera with excellent character design. Man, I can't speak on it one way or another. I can't speak on it because I am not a Warhammer player at all. I'm not. But I'll say this. Developers like to get out and spread their wings, though. You know, they like to get out and, spread their wings a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, man. Based on your reaction, it seems like it didn't. Seems like it didn't. And yeah, y'all see right there, if you haven't done so already, follow your boy at @PrinceJettEye. That's on everything. That's on Instagram, Twitter, for, as long as that's still up. Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Hive also. I'm also one of the, 7 people on Hive. Yeah. So follow your boy up. Follow your boy up. The rest of my contact information is at the bottom of this video here, be in the description. So yeah. Keep up with the boy. Keep up with the boy, man. But yeah, man, I cannot speak on Warhammer, man. But it is interesting, like, like a lot of people like to, spread their wings a little bit. So it's very strange to see the gameplay that they actually had a functional dynamic third-person camera view in the game with cool character design that worked better in third person. Yeah, I remember everybody was having that issue with with CD Projekt Red also. Everybody was so in love with The Witcher, and the type of gameplay that was. And then when people saw that Cyberpunk was in first person, they had an issue with it too. It's I wonder what was in their minds. I wonder what was in their minds. What was what was going on in those conversations to make them do that. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Those PC versions gonna have mods for third person anyway. You know that. So if you want to play in third person, buy the PC version. Call it a day. Then a week's time, they're gonna have mods up. You know what I'm saying, with third person camera views on it. But it is interesting, like you said, why they would go from something that's tried and true, to something that is unproven for that franchise. I don't know. But all I could speculate was they wanted to try something. Says Cyberpunk 2077 will still benefit greatly from an option for third-person gameplay for sure. Agreed. Though great point about PC mods. Yeah, man. The PC community, I've come to see, like, the more that I've, dove down the PC rabbit hole over the last, month and a half. So, man, the PC community ain't no joke, bruh. They do a whole lot of things that I ain't gonna necessarily speak about. I'll just say this, man. The things that they can do with these people's games is crazy. Yo, Sim, be good player. Appreciate you pulling up as always, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be, getting ready to wrap it up too. Not too long from now. Not too long from now. Want to at least hit 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the things that the PC community can do with these games, it trips me out. A whole lot of things. What's understood ain't got to be explained. Certain people already know. Some people already know. But, man, modding games, hacking games, hacking betas to games that aren't supposed to be playable anymore, but all of a sudden they are now. They still are. PC community, man. You want third person? PC community, like, yo, give me about 3 days. About 3 days. I got you. Don't even trip. I got you. Give me 3 days. I like that better. Slide in a little more. But yeah. Get that light out of my eye. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. If you want that third person camera, you'll likely get it. You'll just have to, unfortunately, go to the PC platform. Which, I mean, I ain't trying to tell people how to spend their money or where they play video games, how they play video games. But hey, I recommend people go PC anyway. You don't have to pay to play games on the internet. Games are going to be cheaper. It's a more competitive marketplace where people, sell games. The retailers are constantly competing to give you as the consumer the best deal. You have more control over, the optimization of your own game based on the hardware you got. So if you're mad that something is 4K 30 and you don't have an option for 60 frames per second at all, even though you feel like you wish you should, optimize your own 60 frames per second, you know what I'm saying, and go for what you know. There are endless advantages to PC. I would absolutely recommend it, but not trying to tell y'all what to do. It's a very accurate turnover rate estimation on that. It does take about 3 days or so for PC modders to make effective changes in mods and games. I mean, they work fast, man. They work fast, bro. At least they can. Like, it took a texture pack for Batman Arkham City just came out this past week. I think it came out like late last week. That game had been out for 11 years. 11 years, and we finally got the the upgraded texture pack. It was made completely by the community. They said, yo, y'all don't want to give us a true remaster of this game the way we deserve it? Cool. We'll do it ourselves. And that joint is crazy. Wait till we get to the ride along for Batman Arkham City and Asylum, because I did the same thing with the Arkham Asylum. Asylum and City look almost as good as Night now on PC. all because of these fan and community made upgraded texture packs that remastered the entire game. Remastered the character models. In the case of Asylum, even upscaled the cutscenes. You know, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun. But I don't let me forget. As far as the ride-alongs are concerned, the ride-alongs will be conducted on my Twitch channel. So we're still gonna be doing Unapologetic over here, and like whenever we have like, you know, like fighting game community-based things, that will be conducted over here. Actually, we might do it here and Twitch, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that'll mainly be over here too. But the ride-alongs, those will be done on my Twitch channel, and I'm probably gonna pick up another day. I'm probably gonna be picking up another day. I may stream either Wednesday or Friday. I've not decided which one yet. Wednesday, Friday, maybe even Saturday. Well, I don't know. One of them days though are gonna be dedicated to the ride along whenever there's a ride along to take place. So I will be doing the ride along on my Twitch channel. My YouTube channel will be dedicated to, you know, doing Unapologetic as far as the live streams are concerned. Doing this, which is more of, you know, call and response, FAQ based show, topic discussion. I don't like to call it a podcast. This is me just talking to y'all, just holding court with my people. It's not a podcast, but we'll have Unapologetic over here. Ride-alongs will be over on the Twitch channels. That way, I'll still have something on Twitch. I will still be doing things on Twitch for that day, and for those people that, you know, still want to be on Twitch, we'll still be over there. I'm an affiliate over there. You know, we can go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and make that happen. Yeah, so the ride-alongs will be on Twitch. I will let you guys know the day when I finalize it, but if you miss the ride-along streams, they will be uploaded over here on YouTube afterwards in about 24 hours or so. 24 to 48 hours, they will be re-uploaded here on the channel. So, yeah, that's an announcement. That's an announcement. Guess that's yeah, can't think of nothing else. Is there any plans for the podcast to come back? You mean GCG? You mean GCG? I mean, as far like if you're talking about, okay, you're talking about Gold Chain Gamers. As of right now, no. But that is always subject to change. And if it is a situation in which, you know, we decided to, you know, if everybody was on board to do it again, I'm there for it. But as of right now, that isn't in the cards. But if I receive the call and everybody's in again, boom, it's there. You know, but if it was a situation, I would not do Gold Chain Gamers without Sin or without Natic, or like I wouldn't even want to do another gaming podcast without Sin or Natic. Like, those are the only people that I would want to do another gaming podcast with. If I was gonna, like, that's why I would rather, I'm here doing this. I'm doing something, you know, just building something completely different on my own, because I don't want to do a gaming podcast with anybody else other than them. Myself and Agent are going to be doing Fight Club, doing a Fight Club weekly where we host, you know, fighting game related competition and things like that. And that's something different. Like, that's not a podcast. Like, when it comes to podcasts, there's a select few people that I want to work with. You know, there's a select people that I will work with. You know, Now, because I have certain love for certain people in the community, you know, like I can't say I would only do said thing, do a podcast with Sin and Natic, but that would get the most consideration from me at this point. If there are other people that approach me, I'm not sure if the level of interest is really there. I'm not sure if the level of interest is really there. Like, to be honest, if it's not Sin, if it's not Natic, there are two people. There are two people that can approach me that I know have podcasts that I would do that for them. Because they've shown me love. They shown me love along the way when I was with Gold Chain Gamers and everything like that. When Gold Chain Gamers was a thing. Other than that, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna drop the names of those people, but I've appeared on those people's podcasts before. But yeah. If it ain't GCG, man, you probably won't see me on another podcast unless it's, you know, select people. But I would absolutely be open to, you know what I'm saying, running it back with my dogs, my squad. They still squad regardless. It said, what do you think about the persistent rumor that Killzone is coming back and a sequel is soon to be announced? It said, did you ever enjoy any of the Killzone games? No. I don't know. I can't say I didn't enjoy them. I didn't play them. I didn't even play them because I never owned a PlayStation 3, and I didn't own a PlayStation 4 when Killzone came out. I just never went back to revisit it. I can't speak on it one way or another, but I'm all for quality games. If Guerrilla is making it, I trust Guerrilla. I trust them. Said Natic sleep sessions. Oh man, the sleep sessions was, whew. Man, Natic, bruh, he will fall asleep. How you fall asleep mid-conversation? Homeboy fell asleep mid-conversation like these, like. Man, Natic is a special character, man. Natic is a special character, bruh. I always love the dynamic that we had on that show, man. I miss it. Said understandable position. Said it wouldn't be the same without Sincere and Natic. Absolutely. That's why, like, I never had an interest in like starting up another podcast. I didn't want to do it. I'd rather start something drastically different than what I did before and let that thing exist on its own. You know what I'm saying? The people that were there for that moment, the people that were there during those moments, they'll have that, I'll have that, we'll have that. And that will always be that. I don't want to come up with something, you know, something like that just to have something. I'd rather do something completely different. And if we bring that thing back, it's that thing coming back to be that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what I'm doing here with Unapologetic is different from Gold Chain Gamers. What I'm going to be doing with Fight Club Weekly with Agent is going to be completely different than Gold Chain Gamers. Oh, here we go. Get out of here, bruh. Golly. Yeah, some of the rumors I'm hearing with the Game Awards, they about the rumors. Gotta love them. So you need to go back and play those. Killzone was a top quality shooter. I might go back and play him. I said the original needs to be completely remade without all the modern all the modern accoutrement. Possibly a restart. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I could treat that like Dead Space. I never played the Dead Space franchise either. See, I stepped away for a second, and they jumped in with the bot. Oh, no, you good. You good, man. Hey, man, we all here. We all here to, you know what I'm saying, to watch each other's back with that. Yeah, I appreciate you. No, you good, man. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm always funny about rumors, though. So we need a remaster, remake. Yeah, when that joint come out during the PlayStation 3 era, probably early PlayStation 3. Yeah, that joint probably use some treatment. Probably use a little treatment. Probably getting a little remakester. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they're doing what they're doing with Crisis Core, you know what I'm saying? They're doing what they're doing with Crisis Core. I have absolutely no doubt of what could be done with Killzone. So, especially with the talent of Guerrilla. I say you might as well wait for the remake of Dead Space. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Like I've had access to play it, but ever since they announced the remake of Dead Space, yeah, I'm not playing that. I will play Dead Space 2 and 3 after I play the remake, though. I'm going to play them all on PC. So I'm just going to load a bunch of mods up on Dead Space 2. I've been hearing that Dead Space 3 ain't even worth playing. So Dead Space 2, I'll get that. I'll get that modded up on PC. Hopefully it looks, you know, somewhat recent, you know, somewhat, you know, modern and contemporary. But yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the original. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the original. Like I'm 2 months out. I'm 2 months out from Dead Space. Like I'm playing the remake, bruh. I'm playing Callisto. I'm playing Dead Space, and I'm playing Resident Evil 4. All them joints, all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what Forspoken hitting for. Like it's gonna be some games dropping, but yeah, Dead Space is definitely that's. I'm going remake with that, and that remake looks good. It looks good. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I ain't mad at that. So I'll go into Dead Space 2 after the remake. That's my plan too. So I wouldn't mind a Lost Planet 2 remake. I didn't play 1 or 2. I didn't play 1 or 2, man. I was during that period of time, man. I was tunnel vision on fighting games. That was during my competing days, like the 360 PlayStation 3 era. Like the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 era were my competing days. I wasn't playing nothing but fighting games, bruh. I wasn't playing nothing but fighting games. And then near the end of the 360 era, I kind of like tapped out on everything, and I regenerated. I regenerated when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out. So here we are. But yeah, during that PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 era, if it wasn't a fighting game, I wasn't playing it. If it wasn't a fighting game, Grand Theft Auto or Arkham, I wasn't playing them. That not a bad idea. Though a complete reboot of the franchise and a new version of the MT frameworks engine will be the real shot in the arm. I'm not against that for any franchise. I'm not against that at all. Said Lost Planet had a very cool concept. Your health bar was dependent on killing enemies and having them drop these health vials in order for you to stay warm and not freeze to death. Sounds very much like Doom also. The health bar can go down. Okay, that is not like Doom. But yeah, your health and ammo is highly dependent on how much damage you do in Doom. So in that sense, very similar. But yeah, I'm down for any upgrading of a classic. Any upgrading of a classic, count me in on. I'm about to be playing Crisis Core, you know, again. You know, that joint comes out, when does it come out? Does it come out the 13th of December? Is it? Yeah, that's a Tuesday. Yep. The 13th. Said you got PlayStation Premium, Lost Planet is on there. I do have Premium. I do have Premium, but I probably will not play it. I probably would not play it. Is Lost Planet on PC? Let's see, Lost Planet. Oh yeah, Lost Planet's on PC. Yeah, I wouldn't play it on PlayStation anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't play Lost Planet on that. I would go PC with that anyway. I would have to run that joint at 60. Yeah, I'd have to do that. Like, to be honest, like that. I have PlayStation Premium for the next year and a half, but I have not been using it at all. I think the last thing that I played on there was like Sly Cooper. Was it? Something like that. Either Sly Cooper or it was either Sly Cooper or one of the old Ratchet and Clanks. I've been going retro with the Ratchet and Clanks lately. Yeah, one of them two. I said Hollywood. How so? Said yeah, me neither. It's not that appealing. There aren't many classics on there. I mean, not really. I mean, I'll put it like this. There are classics on there, but I played them. I mean, like if you're going in kind of fresh as far as like the PlayStation ecosystem or video gaming in general, there's some heat on there. There's just not a lot on there for people like us that have played a lot of the games. You know what I'm saying? We played them when you had to buy them. You know, that services like that aren't necessarily made for consumers like us, because we're not as inclined to wait. When we want something, we'll generally go out and buy it if it's something that we want that bad. Said 'tis the season. Hopefully she picks up on the hints. Yeah, man. Hopefully so. Said there are a lot of niche games on there, especially for PlayStation 3. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a lot of games on there. It's a lot of games on there, but very few of them interest me enough to boot them up like that. Very few of them interest me enough to boot them up, or I've already played them. You know. But yeah, man. See, we've been on. All right, we hit that 2-hour mark. We hit that 2-hour mark, man. I'm probably gonna get ready to wrap it up. If ain't nobody got no more questions. Oh, chips. Okay. So have you tried to play those games via remote play? Is that even possible? I don't think you can play the streamable games by remote play. I don't think you can. I've used remote play a lot though. Remote play works very, very well for me. But as far as like streaming the PlayStation 3 games and like the games like that, I don't think it's possible. Have you been keeping up with the Callisto Protocol channel updates? Striking Distance is really putting in the work, promoting the game and building the world pre-game release. Absolutely, I have. Absolutely, I have, and I've loved them. I've loved them. They seem to be very, very enthused about their project, which makes me enthused about what they might have in store for me. I can't wait. I can't wait for that joint. It's looked impressive every single time I've seen it, so hey man, drops next week. It drops next week, man. Get ready. And you know what I'm saying, to just to christen the situation, we might go ahead and bring the train back one time. Have another train play through a Callisto Protocol. I just have a little training day. Oh man, yeah, that'll be fun. It's been a minute since everybody's witnessed trains superior gaming skills. Shit, might have to bring that on back. One time. So yeah, we'll probably do that over the Christmas break, where everybody can kind of have a little break in their schedules. We'll set that up. But yeah, I have been keeping up. I have been keeping up with Callisto Protocol. It looks great. I can't wait to play it next week, man. I can't wait to play it. We definitely gonna be a go on that one. But yeah, man. About to get ready to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple, arrangements, behind the scenes that I gotta get taken care of. Holiday things, holiday plans, and all that there. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna be here on Thursday. I may pull back up tomorrow because I don't believe in days off out here. I'm believing days off. So we may have Thursday's episode of UnapolaJettik tomorrow, or I may do the next installment of the ride along over on the Twitch tomorrow. I'll let y'all know. Tune in to the social medias as always. You know what I'm saying? Tune in to that. Follow it up. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't done so already, hit your boy up, Official Jedi. That's official JETTEYE. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Hive. Yeah, your boy is on Hive, just in case Twitter dies. Twitter ain't dying, y'all, but I'm on there nonetheless. I will sign up for every social media platform just to sign up for it, because I ain't gonna have nobody signing up taking my damn name or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So any social media platform, I'm getting on there, taking my name. So follow me on Hive, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, because that is where the ride-alongs will be from here on out, and they will be uploaded later on to YouTube. You understand? I will say it again. The ride-alongs will be conducted live. We'll do it live on Twitch. And then they will be later uploaded, probably within a 24 to 48 hour window, to YouTube. So that's how we will do that from here on out with the ride along. So stay subscribed to the Twitch channel. On some day, I'll decide a set day that we do the ride alongs on. Might just be Wednesday. I might just do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. But I'm gonna let y'all know a set day that we do the ride alongs over on Twitch. Unapologetic, and everything that we do regarding TNTs will still be over on the YouTube channel right here. But the ride alongs exclusively will be broadcasted live on Twitch and later brought over. Yeah, so that's the announcement. One more time before we dip out. Follow your boy, Official Jedi. It's official JETTEYE. That's on everything. Easy to find. Everything except for YouTube, which you're already on now. Like, why you need to find me on YouTube if you're already on YouTube watching me? But yeah, man, I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day, a blessed night. Y'all have a great holiday weekend. Stay safe out here because we live in a cold, cold world out here. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'm out. Peace. Oh, wait. Wait, one more thing. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, and comment down below. All that. Yeah, do all that because I'm a YouTuber now. All right, for real this time. Y'all be good. I'm out. Peace.